Welcome to another, well, there's supposed to be reacts, but they have a tendency to turn into bad attempts at debunking. Fireplace, just ignore it, you probably hear it sometimes, but there is something. Because I feel really bad about making these kind of videos. I feel like I'm just re-uploading someone else's stuff. And they're old. I think this one is like 2 years old as well. But since I'll be potentially making a lot of these in the future, I'm about to do something. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Not at all comfortable with it. And I would also have to ask those at home with weak hearts or weak stomachs to avoid these videos. It's just an experiment for now, and I won't be doing it for anything but these videos. But I've been messing around trying to get this camera working. Bought it just in case I needed it. And for some reason, all of a sudden, it works well enough for my needs anyways. So if you have a weak stomach, a weak heart, I'd recommend that you click away from this video. Because something that scares people is about to pop up in one of the corners. I'm not 100% sure which one. But just so I don't feel as bad, I'm just gonna have to do something I am not at all comfortable with. I'll give you 10 seconds to click away from this video from now. 5 seconds. Well, if you still haven't clicked away, your fault. I should now technically be visible on your screen, according to OBS anyways. And you should see at least 9 reasons why I don't use a facecam. At least 8 of them is here. So, Kippy. Fuck this. But let's try it out. There's a possibility this video won't even be uploaded. Top 10 scary videos. Y'all gonna be scared. Well, let's see about that. Those wires are horrifying creatures.
Artist Susie Solmori says that her family lives in a very haunted house in England. The house, which was built in 1902, still contains strange items left by its former owners. But weirdest of all, on the 3rd floor there is a very strange painting that was left there by a previous tenant. Susie says that this painting
Okay, so this place is haunted, I guess.
is the most haunted
Gross.
object in the entire house. She says that often her young niece carries on long, eerie conversations with the spirit, quote, Gilbert, who she says inhabits the painting.
That's just a kid being a kid.
What?
Hate to break it to you.
I heard that. I heard that. I'm not stupid. I'm very smart. I'm the smartest kid in class. Okay, not really. Do you want this or do I keep it? Okay. I'm tired. I'm hungry. It could get cold. You can't touch cold stuff. But I'm warm.
One day, Susie and her brother ask her niece about the spirit, Gilbert.
Did you like him?
Yeah,
Gottfried?
Gilbert's like one of my best friends.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I think the man that used to live here painted it.
Is Gilbert friendly? Does he speak to you?
Yeah,
What does he say?
because I don't pray.
And this is the point when things take an even creepier turn. Because Susie does some investigating and manages to find an old picture and some info about her family home. What she discovers is downright creepy.
Here is a photo of the house from 1916 and it was built in 1902. So this would be the first or one of the first families to live in this house. As you can see, there are 6 people present in the photo. From looking at the English census records, I found that the father would be called John, the mother was called Maud, next to on the balcony is her daughter Dorothy. The birth of a little boy called Gilbert was also registered here in 1911.
Well, that's
So
to do
he
it in
would
the
be
top
about
window.
5 or 6 in this photo. I'm unsure why he's not with the rest of his family in the photo, what they did to him. I just have an overwhelming feeling that something really terrible happened to him at the hands of his own family. The weirdest part is that this is where the sun painting is situated in the house. That's his room.
Things around the house start to get even weirder as one day when Susie is home
Hello?
alone, she starts to hear banging noises coming from upstairs. She grabs her phone and films as she goes to investigate.
A wild animal. Doesn't have to be ghouls and ghosts. My god. Could be a rat. Crackhead. Could be so many things.
There is banging coming from inside the playroom where Gilbert's painting hangs. But when she looks inside, there's nothing there. Cut to another night, and as Susie goes upstairs,
be shit
she
in the
again sees her
walls.
niece doing something a little strange in the 3rd floor playroom.
I might as well just point this out now because you can actually see where I am. My arcade corner. These walls. There's nothing in there, but they are double, right? Shit can be in there. I'm pretty sure that's happened several times already because I hear all sorts of weird noises. And that's just a kid being a kid. Like, I can't be the only one who I've heard of imaginary friends. Kids do that.
The girl is prying
Just
away at the
singing.
floorboards while singing, "You Are My Sunshine." And remember that the spirit Gilbert is said to inhabit an old painting of the sun. Odd coincidence? Maybe. But
Very
after the girl has
well-known
gone to bed,
children's
Susie and her
song.
brother go back upstairs to investigate the area of the floor that her niece was picking at. What they find
That is the one part that's a little bit weird, but if it's her room, she probably found it
makes their blood run cold.
and is fucking with it.
Looks like it comes up.
Death Note. No? Chalkboard. Does it say Gilbert? Uh-huh.
Underneath the floor, there is an old Ouija board with a picture of the sun that looks very similar to the haunted Gilbert painting.
Is it
So
old?
is there a spirit named Gilbert haunting the third-floor playroom of Susie's old house? And is the spirit sending messages through Susie's young niece? Let me know what you think.
No. Uh, oh, look. This is a haunted remote for my webcam and has a bunch of buttons that apparently none of them fucking do anything. Just flashes. I'm worried about pressing something because I might break it again. There's ooh, like fuck anyone. Like it's not necessarily a ghost, right? Because does it look like the sun on the wall? I guess, but look, I don't remember what it's called. 7th grade, I believe. We in some class where you worked with like wood and shit like that. We had like these pens that were wired, and you could like burn like with a pen that was warm. Anyone could have fucking made that. Put it down there. Does not mean that a ghoul from the past. I could have made something like this. I sucked with that thing. And because of the sun looks like the one on the wall. Yes, they could have used that. You can use things as inspiration to make other things. That is actually very much a thing you can do.
Underneath the floor, there's an old Ouija board.
Also, I don't see Gilbert written on that. Then again,
Underneath the floor, there's
because it was supposed to. Well, once again, you could have just written Gilbert on that after the kid told you the name of their imaginary friend. Bullshit.
us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Up on
Bullshit.
An Gilbert painting.
Guess I should
So
have
is
that.
there
At
a
least
spirit
I
named
can do it
Gilbert
right.
haunting the third floor place? Young niece. Let me know what you think. We need scary videos. So if you see anything that you think would be perfect for the top 5, send it to us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Up on the housetop.
Yeah.
An urban explorer checks out a group of small abandoned buildings in the middle of nowhere, deep in the woods of Poland. Eventually, it gets too dark to explore, and he decides to leave. But hanging around till after dark seems to have been a terrible mistake.
Oh. It could have been. Something on the roof, yeah. That's a person. That's all it is. It's one of your friends.
Someone can be seen chasing the now panicking urban explorer, and whoever it is seems to have come from right off the goddamn roof. The urban explorer runs off into the woods to escape, but whoever this strange person is now seems to be following him.
At a very leisurely pace, might I add. Also, like... like, this is the kind of shit you see in horror movies, right? In real life, if this was serious, the person with the camera would not have turned around to film behind him. He would have hauled ass and hoped that they don't catch up. You don't stop and look around. You just keep fucking running. I'm on to you, video maker. You would not be here. You would continue to run from your friend with a mask on or something. Sure, but you know. It's not a chase. Like, well, that sound hurt.
Thankfully, the urban explorer makes it home safe and shares his footage on YouTube. A curious viewer points out just how pale the unknown stranger seems to be. Another viewer claims that they too have visited the abandoned buildings and that they also saw this same creepy man. Yeah. Either way, this strange guy swooping down from the roof to chase the urban explorer away is truly creepy, and it seems like something right out of a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly, that's the problem. Like I said, they would just continue running. Worst case scenario, I don't mean to sound like a broken record. Crackhead. But you don't
Ibby
stop.
And the kitty. TikTok user Ibby is recording a cute video for cats late one night when something happens that she still just can't explain.
Cats do that, I'm pretty sure.
One of Ibby's cats goes behind the curtains, then turns around and seems to disappear right into the floor. Now, I'm not even entirely sure what's going on here myself, because even when this footage is brightened, it's hard to find any explanation as to why that cat just disappeared. Unfortunately, Ibby didn't share much about the strange video, but all of her cats seem to be safe and accounted for. So just what is this? I'll leave it up to you. It's cold out.
I'll get back to your thing. Yep, just like my face cam, you can count the pixels.
Is this? I'll leave it up to you. It's cold outside, but you can keep warm in some all-new
Ghost
Stuff
cats,
Live merch.
yes.
Now, of course, we have t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs.
Only ghost
We
cats.
also have blankets, pillows, and long sleeves. We've even got stockings and wrapping paper. Anyway, shipping is free, and be sure to order by December 8th to get delivery before Christmas. Go to nukes.top5.com to shop now. Or, you know, like whenever you feel like it.
No coal. You just, and I should not have to say this. I believe this video is like 2 years old or something. 2 years ago, yeah. Check it if it's still available. I don't fucking know, man.
Maybe after the video. The Ghost at Granny's. Italian YouTube user Simone Bote says that his grandmother has been experiencing strange, unexplainable events in her home. She says that her TV turns on by itself, windows open on their own, and creepiest of all, she often... Maybe after Simone Bote says that his grandmother has been experiencing strange, unexplainable events in her home. She says that her TV turns on by itself.
You might be sitting on the remote.
Windows open on their own.
Senile.
And creepiest of all, she often hears unexplained voices from somewhere in her house.
Rats.
Even though he's a bit skeptical of his grandmother's claims, Simone agrees to spend the night at her house while she's away. He's not really expecting to experience much of anything, but then he also begins to hear creepy sounds from somewhere in the house. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Yep.
Allora, sono a casa di mia nonna. Allora, non so se sentite, praticamente sono a casa di mia nonna da solo. E E non so se sentite, ci sono un sacco di rumori che vengono da di sopra.
Raccoon.
Allora,
I don't know what is this language.
vabbè, buio pesto. No, vabbè, la luce non va.
Light bulb.
Aspetta, devo mettere.
Simone discovers that for some reason the lights upstairs don't seem to be working. So he grabs a flashlight and slowly climbs the stairs in search of the creepy sounds.
You gotta give your friend enough time to get out, right?
Mi sto cagando in mano solo per quello.
Or hide somewhere.
E adesso sembra che ha smesso tutto quanto.
Yeah, your friend isn't up here anymore.
Ragazzi, mi sto cagando in mano.
Yeah?
Si è aperta la finestra da sola.
Probably didn't.
Vabbè.
That's maybe where your friend went. You know, the guy who was jumping around and stuff up here.
No, vabbè.
Simone is completely alone in the house, but he hears a window and closet door open by themselves. Simone slowly begins to realize that everything that his grandmother has been complaining about is now happening right in front of him.
No, vabbè, ragazzi, io sono terrorizzato, ma proprio nel...
Yeah. When you push those, they do move for a bit afterwards.
Direi che vado via, perché nei film consiglio sempre questa cosa qua. Quindi non sono più stupido. Ti giuro, vi giuro, non riesco neanche a parlare oggi, perché praticamente... No, vabbè, aspetta. Oh no, vabbè, il letto è fatto.
Huh?
Il letto... Gli sportelli sono aperti.
Your friend made the bed? Damn decent of him.
Cioè, prima il letto non era così.
Or it was filmed on separate days. That's also a possibility, I guess.
Non ho la voce.
There is also a possibility.
Ok, no. Ora
It's in there.
mi sembra il
Check it, you pussy!
proseguire con questa cosa. Non so.
Oh, the trick is to not film your friend, correct.
Il vaso non era lì. Il vaso non era
Correct
lì.
that.
Questo vaso non era lì. Non era assolutamente lì.
A chandelier swings back and forth on its own, and
If
just
he
as
could have
Simone is
pushed.
about to leave, he hears movement coming from his grandmother's bedroom. He goes to take a look inside and discovers that the bed covers are now neatly arranged, as if someone came in and made the bed. Also, the doors of all the cabinets are open. Suddenly, the doors move again, and Simone decides to just get out of there. But inexplicably, a vase is now moved to the top of the stairs.
Adesso sembra che
Yeah.
cioè, ha smesso tutto quanto.
Lucky you, you have two friends.
Just then, Simone hears more movement from the guest bedroom. He decides to take a look inside. And what happens next is downright chilling.
Yeah? I kind of want to check something afterwards. They made this bed as well. the shit happened?
Did you see it?
No!
For a split second, a dark shadow can be seen moving towards Simone as he looks inside the room. He freaks out and just makes a run for it. And with that, he decides to stay away from the house for the rest of the night. Over the next 7 months, Simone and his grandmother discovered that the strange paranormal activity in her house might be linked to an old scarf that she won at a church raffle.
Yeah?
Simone says that with his grandmother's permission, he threw away the scarf and that the strange activity in her house has now completely stopped.
No, you burned that shit. Right?
Ride of a lifetime.
I kind of wanna once I
Gustavo-
find my mouse here. Once I find my mouse. Just I don't know, man.
solo.
Of course, this thing sucks.
Vi giuro non riesco. Cioè, prima il letto non era così. Aspetta. Mi sembra il caso di proseguire con questa cosa.
Now I'm just wondering if he shaves his shirt.
Ok, il vaso non era lì. Il vaso non
No.
era lì.
Then again, I have like 7 black hoodies, so that's not reliable at all. Like I'm just saying, like since I'm already sharing apparently everything about myself, this is a corner in my grandparents' house. This is where the parents of my mother lived. If it wasn't for a wall and a weird shelf thing behind the camera, I could spit into the kitchen. Now, back in the day, the kitchen used to be out there. But back in the day, that was a bedroom. One of my uncles, he was born with some sort of weird brain thing, I don't remember. He passed away in his bed right on the other side of that wall. I'm not going to turn the camera up because of 13 years of depression mess. But someone legit died in this house. Why isn't this place haunted? That is why I'm struggling. I like hearing about this stuff, but I don't believe in it. And yeah, friends, editing, yeah, shirts, I don't know, man. Because this is just, so I just, something about that just seems weird, right? See, how do I do this? Playback speed. Is this slower? I don't know. There's something about this just seems weird to me. The writing on the wall and all that. Spoopy. Shitting pants. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
In her house might be ride of a lifetime. Gustavo Alacares from Mazatlan, Mexico is celebrating his 10th birthday with his family in a small amusement park. After gathering his courage, the young boy goes on a roller coaster for the very first time. A total of 8 people get on the roller coaster, all Gustavo's family. His proud mother sits in the front and records a video of Gustavo's first roller coaster ride. But her camera catches something that Gustavo and his family simply can't explain.
Yeah?
Something truly chilling.
Joy? Yes. Coward. Yes, it is. It's moving at half the speed of smell. Calm down. Still empty.
Sí, son 5 o 6 vueltas.
Yeah. Shadow?
Abajo no, abajo en la parte
Could have
de
been a
abajo.
weird shadow. Oh, there's actually someone there. Huh. I'm too fat for this. And then you just kind of pop up. And you pretend like you've been there the whole fucking time. That is actually a thing. You just can't be fat. If you're fat, it's not a, you can't really do that, but it's empty again now.
¿Vieron un brincolín?
¿Cuál?
¡Ay! ¡Ay! Aquí donde va, me da miedo.
Yeah, I noticed it's empty again.
You see, none of Gustavo's family got in the last cart on the roller coaster, and it's empty for most of the ride. But during the second lap, someone or something seems to appear out of thin air. The figure is hardly noticeable at first, but then it seems to transform into a solid person, seemingly wearing all black and sitting all alone. Now, the roller coaster has not stopped a single time to allow for a person to get on or off. So just who or what is this? Now, what makes this capture even creepier is that years ago, 2 people lost their lives on a larger roller coaster that stood on the same land. After the tragic accident, that roller coaster was condemned and dismantled. It was replaced by this smaller, safer, family-friendly ride. So could this be the spirit of one of the victims of the older roller coaster accident?
Probably
Are they
not.
doomed to loop this track over and over? Let me know what you think.
Or they, for whatever reason, probably clouts, they had someone in the family jump into the last cart, and he's a skinny person, and then just hid, and then popped up like halfway through the ride just to YouTube money. That YouTube money. Or it could have been a sleeping crackhead, I guess. I
No
don't know.
room at the inn. Popular Japanese ghost hunter Shiro from the YouTube channel Kuro Shiro Channel is joined by his friend Tei to investigate an abandoned inn in the mountains of Japan. The inn was partially destroyed by a typhoon in 1982. The creepy inn is said to be haunted by the ominous spirit of a woman who is known to linger around room number 208. In an attempt to capture evidence of the paranormal, Shiro decides to leave a static camera recording outside of room 208 while he and his friend explore the rest of the inn. Without them knowing, the camera captures something down.
I should have gotten one of these. Dude.
Explore the rest of the
Should have gotten that. So much better. I keep looking over here because there's movement there, but the camera's there and it's throwing me off. Ignore it, I'm not used to this shit. I should have gotten one of those. I could have done a face-ish cam without traumatizing people. That's... yeah. Well, let me guess. Japanese ghost, long black hair. Grudge-like, I'm sure.
inn. Without them knowing, the camera captures something downright creepy.
White dress. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw it. Something that's easily faked.
Something can be seen moving behind a decaying old Japanese sliding door. The 2 investigators have no idea what they just
I don't... you probably can't see my mouse, but actually I might be a little bit in the way. No, it looks. Let me some live editing right there. Oh shit.
Decaying old Japanese sliding door. The two investigators have no idea what they just captured, so they just.
So someone could be underneath the camera here. Which hand is what? Fuck me. Right down there. Someone could be standing there. And like, you know, like something. I don't know, man.
Something can be seen moving behind a decaying old Japanese.
Like a white shirt or some shit, right? Just. And the first thing that moves is like the sleeve.
Sliding door. The two investigators have no
That's easily
idea
faked.
what they just captured, so they decide that Tay should go and stay in room 208.
Camera's
Shiro
fine
heads
here.
off to explore the basement, so Tay is left completely alone upstairs in room 208. Suddenly something happens that chills him to his core.
見るとかねえぞ本当に。なんか聞こえたしまたなんか白がなんかやってんのかな。
Better not be some little shit popping up like up there. Like fucking scary movie style. Or that thing that he's wearing right there could have been the one that they used. I don't know.
ないよな。
I didn't see shit. I didn't see shit. Did it? Yeah? Or a person with a like a gorilla costume or something. Thin white, sure as shit wasn't me.
The investigator is touched by something that he can't see, and he just makes a run for it. When looking back at the footage, it's clear that there's a dark shadow that seems to reach out and touch him, even.
Or something covered in something black. Is that an idea? Or am I just being an idiot? Yeah, probably. Like, I'm just saying, like, this big, like, black glove, and, like, someone's, like, in the back there, just kind of like, eh. And, you to money.
Tay says that he didn't see anyone or anything at the time. Then whatever this is seems to follow Tay,
Yeah.
this time appearing as a pale figure caught by the static camera
Door.
pointed at room 208. When the two investigators finally find each other again, Shiro decides that it's time to grab their equipment and just head home. So did their cameras capture the ghost of the woman who is said to haunt the abandoned inn? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Could you use, like, mirrors and shit for that? Like a mirror and, like, a light pointed at it, or... I don't know, man. Go, schools!
The scare at the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Imogene from Alberta, Canada is spending the night at an Airbnb with a friend and her little dog Rosie.
Ooh.
Suddenly, Rosie just starts freaking out at what seems like nothing.
I grew up with dogs. So there's this thing, right? Small dogs yap. They will bark at everything. The neighbor's cat can fart. This little prick will hear it and start barking. Now, there's a reason for that. I heard this. Little dogs yap at everything to warn, the pack. Usually a bigger dog will alarm them, so they go and investigate. This is instinct. This little prick, I can almost promise you, barks at everything. I can tell. I grew up with these fucking things. I grew up with dogs.
Right there. Where?
There could be a leaf in a window.
Where is it?
It could be its own fucking shadow.
She's staring at her with the dog.
Imogen
Demon
jokes
dog.
that the dog is barking at a ghost, and her friend is a little freaked out by the dog's creepy, crazy orange eye shine in the camera. But then things take a very bizarre turn.
What the fuck?
Suddenly,
Yeah.
the little dog makes a run for it, and a creepy dark shadow seems to reach out for her. Emma says that she has no idea
Yeah.
just what this strange shadow could be.
So there's a light above them, just like above me here. Above me here, there's a light, and someone, a piece of paper or something. There's others of them on the floor
reach
here,
out.
just like kind of. Yeah, exactly. That's that.
Emma says that she has no idea just what this strange shadow could
A
be.
piece of paper
and she
just
now believes that the
in the light.
Airbnb might actually be haunted after all.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The ghost of passengers past. This next creepy video
Those
was recorded by a bus driver.
Those yapping rats will bark at fucking everything. Be right back. Needed a refill. Keep it. Let's go.
In Santiago, Chile. The bus driver is completely alone in a parked bus, about to start her shift at 8 a.m. in the
Important to establish that they're alone. Not suspicious at all.
morning, but she suddenly realizes that she might not be as alone as she thought.
It's a man. A woman.
Corre el tiempo.
Is it?
Hay un pasajero sentado en el asiento que va solo, al lado de la puerta. Nos movemos. Movemos. Y no hay nadie. Es un pasajero fantasma. ¿Cachan? Sigue ahí sentado. ¿Ven? Y las cámaras no están paradas. Siguen moviéndose. ¿Habrá sido alguien que se murió ahí sentado? ¡Qué hueva!
Or, just an idea, that specific camera froze at some point while someone was sitting there sleeping. Because I don't think this bitch moves at all. Do they move?
Corre el tiempo.
Your recording device
Hay un
might think it
pasajero
is.
sentado en el asiento que va solo, al lado de la puerta.
I don't think anything is
Nos
moving on that
movemos.
picture.
Movemos. Y no hay nadie. Es un pasajero fantasma. ¿Cachan? Sigue ahí sentado.
Because I'm going to assume that how this works is like that timer is like all of the cameras, but like specific cameras can freeze. And they just never fixed it. Just an idea. Someone might have been sitting there when the camera just froze for whatever reason.
¿Ven?
Not necessarily a
Y las
ghoul,
cámaras no están paradas. Siguen moviéndose.
or a ghost, or a spectre.
¿Habrá sido alguien que se murió ahí sentado? ¡Qué hueva!
A security camera live feed shows a young passenger is seated next to the window behind the
Young?
bus driver. But when she
Or it was
turns
no
to look,
fart.
there's no one there. The bus driver wonders if she might be witnessing a real paranormal event. Unfortunately, the video cuts right there, and it was reposted to the internet without a name or source. So was it a ghost or just a very strange camera glitch? I leave that up to you to decide. Watch source. Wonders she turns young passenger.
I don't know, but there's something I want to check here.
Part was recorded.
I'm not sure where you.
Nos movemos. Nos movemos. Nos movemos. Y no hay nadie. Un pasajero fantasma.
Because I might have seen something.
¿Cachan? Sigue ahí sentado. ¿Ves? Y las cámaras no están paradas. Siguen moviendo.
Show me again.
¿Habrá sido alguien que se murió?
She might not be.
Corre el tiempo. Hay un pasajero sentado.
Maybe I'm just being thrown off by something here, but bottom camera, yellow, almost like there's another bus or a vehicle, something out there that's yellow.
En el asiento que va solo, al lado de la puerta. Nos movemos.
Red?
Nos movemos. Y no hay nadie. Un pasajero fantasma.
The bus on that side is red.
¿Cachan?
It turns
Sigue
more
ahí
red.
sentado.
Where the fuck is that yellow coming from? It's almost like in this bottom picture here, there's another bus parked next to it, with that's white and yellow. But the buses around her are red and yellow.
Y las cámaras no están paradas.
That's red.
Siguen moviéndose.
I don't know.
¿Habrá sido alguien que
I don't know.
se murió ahí sentado?
But
¡Qué hueva!
A security camera live feed shows a young passenger is seated next to the.
I thought it was like an old person, by the way. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It looks like an old person. There's like an cold old person. I know it's a young person.
But when she turns to look, there's no one there. The bus driver wonders if she might be witnessing a real paranormal event. Unfortunately, the video cuts right there, and it was reposted to the internet without a name or source. So was it a ghost or just a very strange camera glitch? I leave that up to you.
Because I only see one timer. There might have been multiple. I only saw one. So that might have been that might be like the whole thing, and this one specific camera just kind of froze at some point.
Watch closely.
Ooh.
Urban explorer Jimmy Jimenez has traveled to an abandoned ghost town somewhere in the mountains of Mexico. He stumbles upon an empty and seemingly barricaded house and decides to take a look inside. While exploring, he doesn't really find anything that strange, just an abandoned house covered in dust and dirt. But while his back is turned, something happens that makes you wonder if the house was barricaded for a reason. Something truly chilling. Watch
Demons!
closely.
Uh-huh. Was there a difference? Ooh. Oh dear.
Jimmy enters the old abandoned house, a doll can be seen lying face down on a chair in the corner of the entrance.
Yeah.
But when he returns later to the entrance, the doll is now seated upright, facing Jimmy as if watching him. The explorer is completely unaware of what has happened, and he leaves the house oblivious to what he just captured. Now,
So, I don't remember if it was the first video I did of this or the second, but there was this two dudes in like an old house out in the middle of fucking nowhere and the right stuff, right? And I pointed out how the person with the camera backs into a room. So, let's just imagine that they have a friend who hopefully owns a pair of gloves. And also let me point out that the door was open, like the front door that leads outside was open.
When Jimmy enters the old abandoned house, a doll can be seen lying face down on a chair
I don't know if you can see
in
it
the
here.
corner of the entrance. But when he returns later to the entrance, the doll is now seated upright, facing Jimmy as if watching him. The explorer is completely unaware of what has happened, and he leaves the house oblivious to what he just captured.
Important to go with your back first, just in case your friend haven't made it out the door yet.
Now, it should be mentioned that this footage has 0 cuts. You can watch it yourself on Jimmy's YouTube channel.
Doesn't need any
Except for a
cuts.
stray dog barking in the background and the sound of Jimmy's own movements, no other footsteps or motion can be heard. So it's a complete mystery as to how this doll
Stealthy little
could have
pecker.
moved. Could it be that something terrible happened in this house?
Probably,
Is the doll
but
perhaps a warning for Jimmy to leave? Let me know what you think.
just like it's always so important to like enter a room with your back first, and your back pointing towards like the only exit. I'm sure plenty of horrible shit happened in this room, but this is a friend.
The late night visitor. Sandra Crocker from Lincoln, Nebraska wakes up one morning to find a strange notification from her Ring doorbell camera. The notification says that someone was at her door at around 3:30 in the morning. When she checks the footage, she is shocked.
Yeah? Better be more.
Something can be seen that seems to exit Sandra's house at 3:24 a.m. The unrecognizable figure appears small and wide at first, but then as it disappears around the corner, it seems to have grown in size and is now dark as night. Some have even suggested that it looks like the dark figure of a woman walking away in an old-timey dress.
Sure.
Now, Sandra doesn't know what to make of the footage. So, what do you think this could be? Let me know.
No, I don't have a lot of experience with this Ring door cameras and stuff. I don't have a doorbell. I don't want a doorbell. If someone knocks, I don't hear it, and that's phenomenal. But what the shit is going on in the beginning here?
The notification
I want you to think light levels, I
says
guess.
that someone was at her door at around 3:30 in the morning. When she checks the footage,
Camera quality
she
as well.
is shocked.
Like, what happens there?
When she checks the footage,
What
she
happens?
is shocked.
It goes like dark and then pixely as hell. And then it just seems to recover the moment it's off screen. Well, check it out.
Ring
Check it out.
doorbell
Check it out.
camera. The notification says that someone was at her door at around 3:30 in the morning. When she checks the footage, she is shocked.
Blurry. The moment it's off screen, it just not 4K, but certainly 1080. And what happens here is just someone in a dress, just being all like.
Something can be seen that seems to exit Sandra's house at 3:24 a.m. The unrecognizable figure appears small and wide
Can count
at first,
pixels.
but then as it disappears around the corner, it seems to have grown in size.
And apparently the camera realizes that it's not, I don't know, 1995 or some shit.
And
I
is
don't
now
know.
dark as night. Some have even suggested that it looks like the dark figure of a woman
I don't know,
walking
man.
away in an old-timey dress.
Well, I mean, a
Now,
dress in
Sandra doesn't
general.
know what to make of the footage. So, what do you think this could be? Let me know.
YouTube money.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video. You can also follow me on the socials and say, hey there, what's up, buddy? Huh. Anyway, hopefully I will see you again next week.
I was about to say this thing up here in the circle up here. I might actually have found something that's uglier than me. No. No. But, no. No ghouls, no ghosts, friends, crackheads, and cameras that just doesn't seem to realize what decade it is.